This is my 1966 Volkswagen Westfalia camper van, and I figured you might want to join me as I fight with the starter bolt on this thing. So, the original starter is dead. There it is. That's the original starter motor. It's dead. There's a replacement starter motor in there, which is also dead. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put this starter in now. I've never done a starter on a bus before. I've only done them on Beetles, and they're pretty okay. However, on a bus, you have very limited space. So what I'm going to do is do it from the engine bay, because I cannot reach it from underneath. It's not one of those fancy D-bolts. It's a normal 6-headed bolt. But I don't know what size it is, if it's standard or metric, because someone else put it in there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to drop the drivetrain slightly so I can access it. Because if I can turn my flash on here, I can just see it from back here. Through there. I can just see it. Right there. So I figure if I can drop this a few inches, I can actually reach in there. So let's do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the shift coupler. I put that on yesterday, and it took me 6 hours because the old one was broken off. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the shifter so it's far back, like this, yes, like that. And now I'm going to take the shift coupler bolt out of the shift rod. This uses a 5/16 wrench. Alright, now with that out, we should just be able to push the gear selector back, and it should pop right out. Okay. And I can't see from over here. Hooray! It's out! Alright, I've just jacked up the drivetrain, and now I'm going to take the support beam out from the transmission. And I just got the support beam out now. I would like to say one of the bolts has a 13/16 head, and one of the bolts has a 1 1/16 head, because one of the bolts is missing, so I picked that one up yesterday. I wish I had two 13/16 instead of mixed, or even two of those, because these are so much easier to take out than those. But now let's drop the drivetrain. So basically, let me get the jack into place here. Basically, I just want to lower it so it's out of the way. It's going to sit on the jack. So I think right there. Move that out of the way. And now, how's my space look? Oh yeah, I got great access now. So there's our bolt. There's our royal pain that we have to remove. Alright, so this looks like a 17 mil. It really smells like stale gas in here. I gotta pull this tank out sometime and clean it. But, see if we can, come on. Fit, you're a 17. Okay, and it is turning on, let me show you, both sides. So I gotta figure out what size that is. And hopefully, I should have it okay. The other side's also a 17. Who'd have thought that? But take a look at this wrench. One side is a Volkswagen wrench. The other side is a Mercedes-Benz wrench. That's pretty weird. Alright, I got that bolt out, and it's in my tray so I don't lose it on the ground here. So let's pull the starter out now. Alright, there's my old starter. Now, what I really want to do before putting the new one in is I want to check the schematic to see which one of these is actually the one that jumps the solenoid, so I can actually get this thing wired in properly. So let me just do that, and then I'll put my new one in. This is the other one, which is actually slightly different. It's got this other tab here. So, you know, I'll run this one, see what I can find. Alright, the new starter is in. That took me way longer than I feel comfortable admitting. But let's bolt it down now, and hopefully it works. I know I did test it, so I know it works a little bit, but my battery charger was running on pretty low amp, so it wasn't spinning very fast. Way better than the other one, though. Alright, that's... oh, wait, flash isn't on. Alright, that's in. Now we can jack the drivetrain back up and put our support beam back in. Alright, that's good. Now I can put my support beam back in. Support beam is now in. It is time to tackle the shift coupler again. And I think how I did this yesterday, because I'm up here by myself, what I did yesterday was I aligned it here, because it slides around in the tube, and I pushed the gear stick with a 2x4, or a very long stick, so I have to go find that. Alright, I got the thing in neutral, and I just came back, and I'm going to test it out. I just plugged my battery in, and let's see what happens. Okay, it's working. My battery is kind of dead though, so I'm gonna grab a different battery and see what happens. Alright, so I have just grabbed the charged battery out of my Chrysler there, and we are gonna try this one out. Well, it's basically exactly the same. So, I need to order the brand new starter and see what I can get from that. Hopefully it works well. This was a very old starter. It was $10, so I figured I might as well try it. Okay. That kind of sucks, but at least I can get the brand new one and not have to worry about it again, hopefully. So, thanks for watching me mess with this old Volkswagen here and basically fail at what I was trying to do. That's always fun when you do that.